Mic test. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this beautiful building, our new home for the next months, maybe. I don't know, depending. But we're going to go ahead and get started and call to order this August 21st, 2025 meeting of the Nevada Cannabis Compliance Board. Director Hum, could I have a roll call, please?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Vice Chair Durrett, please mark her as absent. Member Merritt.
Present.
Dr. Mazarana.
Present.
General Barry.
Present.
And Chair Guzman Freilich.
Present.
We have a quorum, Chair.
Thank you. With that, we'll go ahead and go to item number 1 on our agenda, which is our public comment period. We'll have public comment in the south, in the north, and also online, and we'll have some instructions read on the record for the online comment period. Do we have the directions online? Okay, she'll be coming online to tell us how to do that for those of you who will be joining online. Okay, why don't we go ahead and have public comment in the south while we're waiting for that. Anybody in the south that has public comment, go ahead and come up to the podium and state your name for the record. Any public comment in the south? I don't see any. How about in the north? Do we have public comment in the north? Okay. All right, we're off to a quiet start. And let's see. Do we have, pardon me? Okay. We want to make sure that we provide that public comment online. So we'll wait until we do that. Okay, we'll wait. We'll go to a quick recess then until we get that, because I don't believe that we can continue until we have that.
Chair, I've reconnected. To provide public comment via telephone, call 669-444-9171, followed by webinar ID 847-0980-2899.
Perfect, thank you.
If you would like to provide public comment, please press *9 or raise hand in your Zoom window to take your place in the queue. Again, if you would like to provide public comment, please press *9 or raise hand in your Zoom window now. Chair, there are no callers wishing to provide public comment at this time.
Okay, thank you. We'll go on to item number 2, which is our consent agenda. And we have 3 items on this block. These are items that are subject to a single collective motion for approval without discussion. Items may be removed from the consent agenda at the request of any board member. Removed items may be taken up immediately after the consent agenda or placed on a later agenda at the discretion of the board. So unless any board member is pulling out one of the consent agenda items, we'll go ahead and take a motion on the consent agenda items, which are the approval of our July meeting minutes, consideration of extension of final inspection deadlines, and consideration of approval of extended document submission deadline on those items listed on our agenda as A, B, and C.
Member Mary, for the record, I move to approve the consent agenda.
We have a first. Is there a second?
Member Berry, second.
Member Mazarano seconds this.
Okay, we got a first and a couple of seconds. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, motion carries. Okay, that leads us to our third item on the agenda. This is under the subheading of complaints. This is for an approval to proceed with a disciplinary action, and we have a new process in place for that. Director Hum.
Thank you, Chair. James Hum for the record. Item 3A on the agenda concerns a complaint for disciplinary action. Pursuant to NRS 678A.510, the Attorney General has reviewed these violations and has recommended proceeding with this disciplinary action. Given recent legislative changes, our process for handling complaints has changed. The board has had an opportunity to review the proposed complaint the Attorney General's office has prepared. That proposed complaint does not contain the name or license number of Respondent A. NRS 678A.510 requires the board to make one of three possible determinations regarding a proposed disciplinary action. The board may 1. Decline to proceed with disciplinary action, 2. Authorize the Attorney General to enter into settlement negotiations to resolve the violations, or 3. Proceed with disciplinary action. Notably, even if the board decides to proceed with disciplinary action, respondent is still free to engage in settlement discussions, and the case may resolve via settlement agreement at any time during the disciplinary process. The complaint includes instructions to respondent A on initiating settlement discussions. After this meeting, the CCB will issue the board's order memorializing its determination. Should the board decide to proceed with disciplinary action, the complaint will be served upon respondent A within a reasonable time. Once the complaint has been served, it will be posted on CCB's website. The proposed complaint alleges 3 Category 3 violations and 3 Category 5 violations against Respondent A. As the board has reviewed the proposed complaint, I will now turn this matter back over to you, Chair, to make a determination.
Thank you for that summary. So we've all had a chance to review the proposed complaint, and we have an option of picking one of the three, or we can pick one of the 3 options. And having reviewed everything, do we have any questions, or are we ready to proceed with a motion on one of those proposed options in our materials as they were described by Director Hum?
Member Berry? I move to authorize the executive director to serve the complaint and proceed with disciplinary action against Respondent A.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Member Mary, for the record, I was.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Now we will go on to item number 4. This is the consideration of approval for a conditional license for a cannabis consumption lounge.
Chair Guzman, Freilich, members of the board, for the record, I'm David Staley, Chief of Investigations. The first item on this agenda is the suitability for a consumption lounge for Sunflower Compassionate. And there's Rachel. There we go. Okay, I was going to suggest we trail this, but we're good to go. Chair Guzman, Freilich, members of the board, for the record, I'm David Staley, Division Chief of Investigations for the CCB. I'm here to present agenda item number 4, which consists of 1 request for approval of a conditional license for an independent cannabis consumption lounge by a social equity applicant. If this board approves conditional licensure, the applicants will still need to complete necessary local approvals and a final inspection by the CCB's Inspection and Audit Division before they can open for business. Item A is a request for approval from Sunflower Compassionate Company, LLC, for a social equity independent consumption lounge under application number ACON-A22-00046. Sunflower owner Rachel Lee plans to open a consumption lounge in Clark County, focusing on local and out-of-state customers. Sunflower has submitted all information required to move to a conditional license status. I am available for any questions, and my understanding is that Rachel Lee is available to address any questions you may have as well. With that, Chair Guzman-Freilich, I'll turn this item back to you.
Thank you, Chief Staley. If we could please have the applicants come up to the podium and introduce yourselves, and if you have an affirmative presentation, this would be the time, or tell us a little bit about yourselves. You both have very impressive, go ahead and have a seat. And if you want to speak, you just push the button for green. You both have very impressive resumes, so welcome. Let's hear a little bit about you and about your project.
Thank you. Somebody cut onions in here already, I see. My name is Rachel Lee, and of course, my company is Sunflower Compassionate Company. It has been a really long and challenging 2 years and 9 months, but I'm going to introduce myself as, again, Rachel, Sunflower Compassionate Company. I came into the industry just trying to find out if CBD would work for my mother, and I'm proud to say that my mother is in her 14th year with Alzheimer's disease because she used the cannabis plant along with her medications. This is Celeste Rodriguez. I also have another lady that's supposed to be here, which is Dr. Howard. I believe she was trying to get presentations together for you guys. But I want to introduce Celeste. Celeste has been in the industry for a long time. I sought out looking for someone, an investor that was not going to be predatory, someone that had passion about the plant, someone who was caring and loving, someone that was an advocate, someone that is a humanitarian, someone that gives back to her community. And that's what this lady is. When you say social equity, and I just want to get this out the way real quick, social equity comes with a lot. It comes with mental health problems. It comes with a bunch of setbacks. And I'm proud to say that she helped me get through those mental setbacks. And I am so honored to have her as choosing me. I had her letter for 6 months before I even opened the letter, and I was getting ready to throw it away. But I thank God that that I opened it and she was there available for me. So I would like to introduce to you right now Miss Celeste Rodriguez, and she can tell you her extensive, amazing background. And thank you.
Hello, my name is Celeste Rodriguez. I have been in the cannabis industry for 13 years now. I'm originally from Arizona. I'm a social equity advocate as well, and I am one that believes in empowering. I don't see actually social equity, right? I look at it as social empowerment. So what I actually want to do is empower, create generational wealth and knowledge, for her and her family, while bringing a unique, all Black women-owned establishment that's going to come compliantly and bring the 13 years that I've actually known and learned and contributed into the industry to bring it here and most definitely take it to a different level. So right now I currently do solventless in Arizona, and it's something that we look forward to bringing out here as well, in the future. But it's just empowering the opportunity of a social equity applicant to actually go above and beyond. And Rachel was a blessing. Meeting her, she was broken up, and now she's mended, she's together. She's still most definitely healing, but it's been a 360. It's most definitely been a 360. So what I enjoy about it is just not getting her in a different financial bracket, right? But it's actually getting her mentally empowered so she could be the leader that she needs to be. So I know she'll be a great business owner. She is one that most definitely does her due diligence. You let her know something that it is to do, and she goes and does her research, and she studies up on it no matter how many times it is. She's persistent with getting the job done, and she's more than elated to show and prove what she could actually do to this cannabis board. So we're excited to be in the state of Nevada.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It sounds like you're on your way to success. So congratulations to both of you. I'll open it up to the board for any questions that they might have. Any questions from board members, comments?
Member Mazzarano, congratulations for getting here.
Thank you so much. And thank you for your works in the medicinal side of cannabis. It's very important to me. I think that's what's wrong with the industry now. People are more focused on how much money they can make opposed to how much healing they can do. And I'm very interested in healing the community that is filled with fentanyl, which is the West Side community where I came from. I wanted really, since they're diversing and they're changing that atmosphere, doing a lot of construction over there. I really believe that you cannot diverse anything without healing it first. So I'm looking forward to healing that community, getting some programs over there where people can come in and get some help for fentanyl and meth treatments. And that's all I have to say. And thank you. It's been such an honor seeing all you guys and even the new faces. Thank you, um, Director Hum. Sorry, Director Hum. Thank you to also our investigator, Michael Covington. And you guys, thank you for listening to all my rants and all that stuff for all the years and allowing me to be a part of this. Thank you so much.
Member Merritt, for the record, I would like to say congratulations.
Thank
It
you
has
so
been
much.
5 years as I've watched you through your journey. I've watched you persevere. I've watched you actually stay grounded. So I'm so excited to actually see you here this morning, sitting in the chair where you are. Congratulations and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Member Barry, I have a question.
Thank you, Member Barry. Go ahead.
And I appreciate the view from the standpoint of medicinal or alternatives to some of the substances that are out there that are causing some untimely deaths, et cetera. And I'm just wondering, is there a research arm tied to, or what are you looking at something you can do to show the impact of the medicinal versus some of the alternatives, and how can that be educated in the community as an alternative? Just as a question. Thank you.
Well, yes, absolutely. So as of just last year alone, over 53,648 people, I believe, has passed away on opioid abuse. I really believe that with the use of CBD alone and traditional medications, it provides homeostasis for the body. What I'm looking to do as far as some sort of program is to start off with seeing if people could use CBD. I mean, CBD alone has cigarettes, and CBD alone got me off of smoking cigarettes. And so I'm looking at the research now in regards to if CBD would be able to be introduced for that community by putting something like a holistic store in there, introducing things like Creighton and CBD, so that way we can put the information and education out there for people that are hopeful to get off of these drugs. And since you asked that, just within this year alone, I've lost 3 family members, 2 friends, and somebody that I've known off that community, off of between fentanyl and meth. Right now, while I'm here, I'm getting ready to talk to someone about a funeral planning right now. And unfortunately, he had other things, but I think there was something else additional to what he had going on, which is a drug problem. But I really want to educate the community over there, so that way they could, you know, uh, see if CBD or cannabis works for them.
What we'll also do as well is just the different studies that are taking place here in the United States and as well as internationally. We'll always have that information available via website when the website gets up and going, sharing and trying to um, build with other community advocates or nonprofit groups that are focusing on those different genres and making people just, healing them from their elements. So we'll most definitely have educational information available inside the consumption lounge as well as on the website. And then whoever we could partner with will most definitely do that as well, just to bring to the community and put the word out there on how important staying off those hard, narcotics are, with the real physical harms that it does, and that there's a safer, more holistic, healthier way.
I appreciate that, because have a great product, and not getting the word out would not be the best thing we can do. So the more you can do to educate and get the word out, and it's about saving lives. I look at it from that standpoint. So kudos to you, and thank you for your presentation.
And I actually started in Arizona, where we started medical. So I'm 100% for medical, because I saw the actual lives that it's changed, from 6 years old that came on with 200-300 seizures in a month, to where we slowed it down to where they were having 15 seizures over a 3-month period. I saw cancer patients come in that had seizures in the actual dispensary retail. I've had other patients come in that they had to go into chambers, to actual hydro chambers, to actually be able to live, right? to because their blood flow was stagnant in their blood. So I'm one that I've actually saw how it's changed people's lives for the better. And that's what makes me be able to go home and sleep great at night every day, because I know I'm changing somebody's life for the better. And that's what we're going to most definitely make sure that we stick and continue to do.
Thank you.
We just thank you guys for your guidance and the opportunity to show you guys what Sunflower Compassionate Company could do. And we'd love to have you guys at the grand opening when that time comes.
Thank you.
Member Mazzarano makes a motion to approve Agenda Item 4, a conditional independent consumption lounge license for Sunflower Compassionate Company, LLC.
Okay, we've got a motion. Is there a second?
Member Merritt, for the record, I second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Congratulations. You can stay right there too, because the next agenda item is also with you. Okay, so thank you. Next. Okay, next we have our request for transfers of interest, and we have Chief Staley.
Congratulations, Rachel. I'm here to present agenda item number 5, which consists of 3 transfer of interest or TOI applications. For the record, this is David Staley, Chief of Investigations. Item A are TOI applications by Sunflower Compassionate Company, LLC. TOIs number 25001 and 25002 were filed requesting approval for Rachel Lee to sell 49% of her sunflower ownership to Celeste Rodriguez and Dr. Sharita Howard through their companies, Greenhouse Group, Inc. and Greenhouse Management Group, LLC. Ms. Rodriguez and Dr. Howard have both indicated that their involvement in Sunflower is exclusively financial in nature, and they will not have operational responsibilities. Sunflower has also requested a waiver of NCCR 5.110 pursuant to 5.112 for transfers of less than 5%. Staff suggests that if approved, the board limit Sunflower's 5.112 waiver to expire on its next TOI agenda date. I am available for any questions, and my understanding is that Rachel Lee, Celeste Rodriguez, and Dr. Sharita Howard are available to address any questions you may have as well. With that, Chair Guzman-Freilich, I'll turn this item back to you.
Thank you. Okay, so what do we have going on here?
Sorry. Well, we do have the transfer of ownership that I'm requesting because I really feel that it was fair for me, in my opinion, with the background that she brings, the financial backing that she brings. And I'm, again, not looking at to be some type of a big shot. I felt like if they're bringing the financial backings, which could lead up to, I don't know, I'm sure some millions, the least I can do is share the opportunity for them to be able to, profit off of what's, the transaction that's taken place. So I felt that it was fair for me to go ahead with the 49%. I really do want to focus on the research behind medicinal cannabis. And even though I'll be a part, I don't want to be completely involved in it so much. So that's why I felt like it was very important for me to bring on people that have the financial backings, the knowledge, someone that will not allow us to be in this building all the time talking about some weird stuff that happened. And I really felt that it was fair. I was given a lot of time, a lot of patience to go back and read over the contracts and agreements that was given to me. And I'm gonna be honest with you, where this lady has brought me out of mentally, there's not a price on it. So it would be a pleasure for me to split that, and then as I go more and more into other, aspects of looking at the cannabis plants and things that I want to do on some land in Mississippi, Sunflower County, Mississippi, where my mother came from, where her father left from Itawamba County, Mississippi as a breeder, as a slave breeder. So she has land back there that I want to put some hemp on. And so I felt that with Celeste having 49% and Sharita having 49% and they're being more involved and with the backings that it was the right thing to do.
Okay, and I applaud you for bringing on individuals with their own specialization to help you so that you can succeed in the business. So that's great. I'll open it up to the board for any additional comments or Member Mary.
Yes, Member Mary, for the record, I motion to approve item number 5, request for transfer of interest for Sunflower Compassionate Company, LLC, ACON A22-0046, and TOI number 25001 and number 25002, transferring a portion of ownership interest to Greenhouse Group, Inc. and Greenhouse Management Group, LLC.
Thank you. We have a motion on the table. Is there? Oh, we do have a waiver on this. So we just want to make sure that we add that to the record.
Yes. And approve a waiver of the requirement of NCCR. Approve a waiver of the requirement of NCCR 5-110 for any transfer less than a 5%, subject to the condition that the waiver would expire on the next agenda date.
That's perfect. Thank you. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Member Mazarano seconds that.
We have a first and a second. Is there any discussion on the motion or any additional comments? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposition. Motion carries, and congratulations to you. We look forward to seeing you succeed in this. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the first transfer of interest. We have our second transfer, which is Urban Hills LLC, transferring to, let's see, this is to Calyx Peak, Inc.
Chair Guzman, for members of the board, for the record, I'm David Staley. Item B is a TOI application by Urban Hills LLC. TOI number 2400044 was filed requesting approval for Urban Hills to sell its Sparks cultivation license to Calyx Peak, Inc. in exchange for forgiveness of its promissory note from Calyx. Calyx is a privately held cannabis company with operations in California, Massachusetts, and Missouri. Calyx's acquisition of the Urban Hills license represents its initial entry into the Nevada market. Calyx has also requested a waiver of NCCR 5.110 pursuant to 5.112 for transfers of less than 5%. Staff suggests that if approved, the board limit Calyx's 5.112 waiver to expire on its next TOI agenda date. No areas of concern were developed in connection with this investigation. I am available for any questions, and my understanding is that Adam Fulton, Dustin and Crystal Pebbles, Howard Kuhn, and Allison Stockman are available to address any questions you may have as well. With that, Chair Guzman-Freilich, I'll turn this item back to you.
Thank you, Chief Staley. Welcome, Mr. Fulton, and welcome to your clients. We have one, Mr. Is it Kuhn?
It's Mr. Kuhn, correct.
Kuhn. Okay, well, welcome. What do we have going on here with this transfer?
Well, I would like to first thank the board chair and members of the board for allowing us to be here today. We appreciate all your hard work. We're also grateful for staff and their assistance in getting this TOI through. This is a good example of parties coming together and avoiding litigation and working together to solve the problem. I know Tim Elson is on the line as well. He's counsel for the Pebbles. And it was a great example of the parties finding creative solutions that resulted in us being here today. And so we're very happy that we were able to come to this resolution. And Mr. Kuhn is here, who will tell you a little bit about himself and his business. And I'll turn over to him, and then I'll answer any questions that you may have. Go ahead, Howie.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi there. My name is Howie Kuhn. I'm the CEO and founder of Calyx Peak. We are a multi-state operator starting our roots over in California. We have operated in multiple states on the cultivation side, managing over about 400,000 square feet of facility space, starting over 200,000 square feet in California another 42,000 in Ohio, another 84,000 over in Missouri, and we have all other extraction facilities throughout. I'm pretty proud of the company we've built, and as far as operational prowess, like in Missouri, for example, they have 564 applicants, and we placed fifth on the raw score for cultivation SOPs, roster, and ability to operate. In the state of Missouri, which is a very healthy market, we have been the overall, best performing product in throughout the state from a price point, and also delivering medical grade quality cannabis to the state of Missouri. In California, we have won the Emerald Cup 4 years in a row, which is the Emmy Awards of cannabis growing, and we were able to do it on a large scale. So we do look forward to bringing this to Nevada, medical grade product and operations. We look forward to be able to get jobs, employment, revenues, tax dollars, and so forth. So we do look forward to this opportunity, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kuhn.
Again, any questions the board has? This one's pretty simple. They're great operators. We're excited to have them here in the state.
Perfect. Well, thank you. And we always do look for these companies that are able to work things out and provide jobs in the state and be an example to everybody else. So I thank you for that. I'll go ahead and open it up to the board for any additional questions or comments. Any questions? Okay, doesn't sound like it, so we'll prepare for a motion.
Member Mazarana moves to approve agenda item 5B, TOI number 24-44, allowing the transfer of entity number C127 to CPC of Nevada, LLC, a wholly owned subsidiary of Calyx Peak, Inc., and approve a waiver of the requirements of NCCR 5.110 for any transfer of less than 5%, subject to the condition that the waiver would expire on the next agenda date.
Member Merritt, for the record, I second.
We've got a first and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
No opposition. Motion carries. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can we get confirmation? Dr. Howard, is that you? Okay, welcome. So what we'll do is we'll take this next item and then we would love to hear from you. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this next item, item C on our transfer of interest portion of our agenda, we have this transfer of interest. So Chief Staley, if you could give us that information, that would be great.
Chair Guzman, Freilich, members of the board, for the record, I'm David Staley, Chief of Investigations. Item C is a TOI application by CPCM Holdings, LLC. TOI number 2500023 was filed requesting approval for an internal restructuring for estate planning purposes, whereby an existing owner will place their ownership in a trust and add a second trustee. CPCM has also requested a waiver of NCCR 5.110 pursuant to 5.112 for transfers of less than 5%. Staff suggests that if approved, the board limits CPCM's 5.112 waiver to expire on its next TOI agenda date. No areas of concern were developed in connection with this investigation. I am available for any questions, and my understanding is that Amanda Connor, Mitch Britton, and Linda Findley are available to address any questions you may have as well. With that, Chair Guzman Freilich, I will turn this item back to you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Connor. Welcome this morning. It sounds like this is just some cleanup restructuring for trust purposes. Is that correct?
Good morning, Chairwoman Guzman Freilich, members of the board. Amanda Connor, for the record, of the law firm of Connor & Connor. Yes, correct. This is an estate planning, internal restructuring transfer of interest. We appreciate Investigator Blasco and Chief Staley and the investigations department. They worked with us on this. It was arose due to some health concerns, and we were able to, the process worked exactly like it should. And so we appreciate being in front of you today to ask approval of this. It is just moving a owner's interest into a trust and adding a co-trustee. I do have, I believe via Zoom, Mitch Britton, who is one of the owners and the CEO of CPCM Holdings, as well as Linda Findley, and I believe Ed Finley as well, maybe on Zoom if you have any questions. But again, this is a very simple restructuring of a certain member's interest. Thank you.
Thank you. And I believe we do have, is it just one individual on Zoom? And if there's any comments from your clients, this would be the time.
I don't believe they have any comments, but if there are questions, they are here to address them.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. I'll open it up to the board for questions on this transaction, which is some internal restructuring for purposes of estate planning. And we also have a waiver on this, correct? Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
And I see Mr. Britton. Hello, welcome. Okay, do we have any questions from the board? Okay, doesn't appear so. So simple enough transaction. We'll go ahead and take a motion.
Member Barry, I move to approve agenda item 5C, TOI number 25-23, transferring the ownership interest of Edward Finley to entity, it says entity NOS CO82, PO54, CO78, TO50, RD264, DO27, RD329, DO28, RD263, CLA002, RD265, RD267 and RD598 owned through CPMCM Holdings LLC to the Edward Finley and Linda Finley Family Trust.
We have some waiver language on there as well. Is it sufficient, counsel, if we just recognize that there's a waiver?
I would add the language.
Okay. Well, can we have Dr. Mazarana read that language if you don't have it available?
Do not.
Okay, we'll do that.
Member Mazarana would like to add the waiver of the requirements of NCCR 5.110, approve a waiver of the requirements of NCRR 5.110 for any, sorry, I'm putting the wrong information. A waiver that would expire on the next agenda date. Thank you.
We're going to get that language tattooed. I don't know the language either. So, okay. So, do you approve of that additional language to your motion, Member Barry?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. We have a first. Is there a second?
Mayor, for the record, I'll second.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And no opposition. So motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for being live. Thank you. Okay. And with that, we are done with our transfers of interest. And if we could just have.
So I think you need to actually, Chair, I believe you need to reopen item 5A.
Okay, perfect. We're going to go ahead and reopen item 5A. We don't need any action on the item. Basically, this is just for presentation purposes. So we'll go ahead and have you come back to the podium. Sure. Thank you. Okay, welcome and thank you. We all have, except for Member Barry up north, but we have your deck of slides here on your presentation for Sunflower Compassionate Company.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's good to see you as well, Executive Director Hume, and thank you very much for the chair as well as fellow members. I know that before you all pretty much asked for a background of each individual that is coming in as it relates to the TOI. Am I correct?
We have all that information in our record. We reviewed it and everybody was vetted and passed and just tell us a little bit about yourself and about I know we heard a little bit about the company and the plans, but we don't know much other than what we have. We want to hear your story.
Oh, no problem. So my background is more in the federal realm, so federal tax law and also accounting, split between Atlanta, Georgia, and Capitol Hill, which is exciting times as we all can tell right now. One of the things that, as far as one of the organizations that we work closely with is called Help Inc. Foundation. And they pretty much have been an incubator in making sure to be able to help a lot of the disadvantaged businesses that are actually in Nevada. It's been in Nevada since 1997, so we're not new to the area. We have roots here. We actually participate in a lot of different programs, as well as a lot of outreach and education, business. How do you actually run a business? How is the business supposed to be properly set up? They're the natural. And then the last part of that is going to be making sure that we take care of regulatory obligations as it relates to taxes and exercise taxes and things of the such. So naturally, when we heard about the social equity program that was actually in the state of Nevada, considering that we have someone that works so closely with the state of Arizona and you all being neighboring states, it just felt like it was a good fit for us. And especially in speaking to Rachel and understanding some of the challenges. Definitely when we speak about the actual program itself from a social equity standpoint and what it's actually there to serve the communities and more of the reinvestment that goes into those communities that you've deemed out inside of your baseline zip codes and also demographics. It just seemed like a perfect match for us to be able to be on board. This is not a flash in the pan scenario. This has been almost a 2-year trek to get here before you all. And so we definitely thank you for your time and also for your consideration in us bringing value add to the state.
Great, thank you. I'll bring it to the board for any questions that they may have. Any questions, board members, from the licensees and or Dr. Howard? Any questions, any comments, concerns, any additional comments?
I have a comment. She's not mentioning that she does so much for the community, and she's a wonderful person as well. And she's donated to hospitals, So yeah, I think she's not putting herself up there, but I just wanted to hype her up a little bit more than what she just said. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Okay, Member Barry up there, do you have any questions?
No questions, thank you.
Did you want to go through your presentation?
No, I made sure that it was some of the information that you would have already received inside of the application initially, as far as what the outline and the scope. As we know, this landscape has changed significantly since it first started its program. A lot of the changes have to do with the growth of the city, as well as a lot of the redistricting that you have, and also just the influx of new residents that you have as far as services, educational components as it relates to cannabis, as it relates to children, and making sure that we keep them safe. Along with your ID components that you put in place, biometrics and things of the like. Of course, we all are very much familiar with metrics, but at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we have individuals using real IDs and they're really themselves when they come into an establishment. So those are the things that you will see that we definitely honed in on top of the I know that you've made some adjustments as it relates to HIPAA, making sure clean air and things of the like, naturally because we have EPA changes. But at the same time, making sure that you can keep your patients safe in your state. So we understand that as well. So you will notice that this presentation speaks specifically to a lot of the changes that you have made for the better, because we know we grow, we learn, we adjust. But at the same time, making sure that we're mindful of those regulations and some of the additional items that you've put in place to make sure that you can keep your citizens safe.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking through your deck here and just looking at all the plans. You're planning on having a designated smoking room as well as a tranquil non-smoking area.
Yes, I'm a two-time cancer survivor myself, so a lot of times that doesn't go really well with some of the portions that they would take from a medical standpoint to be in a smoking environment. And so that's something that we definitely want to make sure that we're aware of. The basis of the foundation of the organization is wellness at the end of the day, and we want to make sure that we adhere to that since that was the founder's actual vision.
Okay.
And again, coming from a medical background, we know that there's different ailments, so not all medical needed cannabis users can actually be in a room that has smoke. If you have any issues taking place with your lungs, then the best thing that you could do is as far as medicating would be edibles or something like that. Nobody would, you shouldn't be supporting or trying to have somebody do anything that would actually inflame their lungs any longer. So we're most definitely taking all aspects of it and thinking of more of a holistic aspect with it as well, to where they're just, taking everybody into consideration, not leaving anybody out.
Okay. Any questions? Any comments? It sounds great. So congratulations to all three of you, and thank you. Thank you for your presentation and for this deck, and good luck. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Okay, and now we are down to item number 6, which is the briefing of the chair and the executive director. I don't really have a briefing other than just want to thank the legislature for letting us use their wonderful equipment and their room. It's nice. We like it. And so thank you. And then also Dr. Mazarana was reappointed by the governor. So yay, welcome back. 4 more years. So yeah, so I'm glad about that. And other than that, I'll just toss it over to Director Hum. What do you have for us today?
Thank you, Chair. No specific briefing before she leaves. Rachel, congratulations. I really do hope we get the invite to the grand opening. I would be honored to be there. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for everything. Thank you. No specific briefing. Again, just a general thank you. Thank you to everybody for bearing with us on working out the operational bugs today. As always, our team's incredible. Dale, Amber, Sarah, many of the folks you don't see behind the scenes. Excuse me. Again, nothing specific today for the briefing. Just stay tuned. Again, as I've said at the last, all the other board meetings since the end of the legislative session, we will be working through the regulatory process. That will all be noticed. We'll give the 30-day advance for anything that's posted. All of those regulations will be vetted, gone through, and everyone will have a chance to weigh in on all of those before they reach the board. So again, as always, thank you to the team. We don't see all of the incredible work that goes in behind the scenes from Senior Deputy Attorney General Chris Rath to Chief Staley and his team. I know these TOIs look simple when they get to you, but I can assure you there's just an incredible amount of work that goes into them to make them so seamless. So again, thank you to the team. Thank you to everybody. Stay tuned for additional trainings, workshops, and again, we are in regulatory season as we end the summer. So hope everybody has a great end of the summer. And again, thank you to everyone at the CCB on behalf of myself and the team. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you. Well said. Okay, with that, we will go on to item 7, which is our next meeting date, which is September 18th, 2025. We will be right back here again, correct? As far as we know. Okay, and then items for future agendas. This is just for discussion only. If any members have any future agendas that they want to add or ask for, this would be the time to ask staff and the director for. And with that, we'll just go on to our second and final public comment period. We'll go down in the south and then the north, and then we will go online. So starting with the south, any public comment? I don't see any public comment in the south. What about the north? Member Barry, thanks for holding down the fort.
They're keeping me company here, but it's a little lonely up here, so it's all good. I'd like to have a copy of that last presentation too, if possible. And then my only other ask is if we're going to have that same location, because I plan on being in Las Vegas, just let me know in advance for the next meeting. But and always kudos and thank you to the great professional staff and the leadership.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Any public comment online?
If you wish to provide public comment, dial *9 to raise your hand if joining by phone, or click the raise hand icon if joining by Zoom. There is no online comment.
Okay. And with that, we will go ahead and adjourn this August 2025 board meeting. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, staff, for all the hard work you do. And thank you for those of you that are joining us today. Have a great day.